Hello! Good day. I have a fun new thing that I want to do on my channel. So it would be like a whole series where I read some self love little things and then we talk about it. We'll see how it goes. That way you get to like know me a little bit better. I feel like, yeah, I chat a lot on this channel, but I also feel like I don't get really into things, and it would be interesting to chat a little bit more. I feel like this whole journey has started with my love for Peter Mon. So he gets really deep into things on his channels, and he really, you have a connection with him. And I think it would be nice if you had a little bit more of a connection with me. So this is like, it's a game. So let's see what we have. I looked at a couple of the cards, but I haven't answered them in my head or anything. So it says, open up. We're not really strangers. So self love means loving all versions of yourself, even the ones you may not recognize anymore and the ones you don't know yet. It takes practice, and that's why we made this game. Play as often as needed. So, there's the past, the present, and the future. Past, who were you then? This level is about gaining perspective on your past self in order to better understand your current self. Then there's present, who are you now? This level is about looking at your current relationship with yourself and accepting what you see. And future, who will you be? This level is about exploring new ways to be yourself and new ways to love. And there's wild cards, and there is a final card. If you are having trouble answering a question, try reading it out loud several times. Listening to the question can help you find the answer. Don't look for definitive answers. They will change over time, and so will you. Be honest with yourself. You may not like all of your answers, and that's part of the process. So, I just got a new psychiatrist. Like, let's just get into this. So, I just got a new psychiatrist, and we are trying to give me a definitive, speaking of the word definitive, diagnosis. And I have been diagnosed with a lot of things in the past because doctors haven't really given me a lot of chance to speak. They just diagnosed me with stuff. And this time I am with a new psychiatrist that he is really giving me time and really going in depth with things. Like, literally, we have had 4 sessions and we still don't have a diagnosis because we are going so in depth on every single part that we really want to come to a really good conclusion and see how to fix things in the future. And I'm definitely going to start therapy because I need it. And that's going to be with a different person because he is a psychiatrist, not a therapist. So I'm actually very excited for this because I am extremely mean to myself. Like, literally, it is abuse. I am abusive to myself, and I would never ever think these things about anybody else. So why am I thinking it about myself? Like, and also I don't deserve it. And as much as I understand these things, I still can't stop it. So we're working on that. But I have always been extremely mean to myself, and we are cutting that shit out. Tuh. We're not doing that anymore. So this is kind of like we're gonna this is a new journey. Okay, we are going to be nice to ourselves, we are going to love our lives, and we are going to move on. Okay, so all right, let's start with the level 1 past. I'm actually going to pick a card from the middle. So here's just some random card. Okay, let's see what it says. And I don't know if I guess, should I make rules? Should I be like, if I don't think I have a good answer for this, like, redraw? I don't know. We'll see. Okay. What do you no longer settle for? So, I have had a I've had pretty bad relationships in the past, honestly, with some men who ain't shit. And I would settle a lot, honestly, and I would not break up with people. Like literally I would not break up with anybody. Like I was someone's mother for a long, like literally almost a year we were together, and I actually moved states to get away from him because that's how I couldn't I couldn't leave. So I'm working on that. Right now, I'm very extremely lucky because I have a wonderful boyfriend who truly is something special. He is such a good man. And I don't know if I learned to not settle anymore or if it just, he came at a perfect time and I didn't have to settle because I am not settling to be with him. He is amazing. So I don't know if it was a conscious effort to not settle for boy men, but I guess that's what I'm not settling for anymore is a man who isn't worth it. Relationships are very hard, as I'm sure everyone is aware, and it's not worth it to be in a situation with someone that isn't what you want. Speaking on something that kind of is something that I can talk, I guess I can talk about this. I don't actually know. I'm not going to talk about it anymore because I actually will cry. But it is something that I have seen in my life, people settling, not just me. So, in a way, I don't know if that made me feel like settling was okay, um, but that person is no longer settling for anything. Like they will no longer be in a situation that they don't want to be in, and that's admirable. Like you shouldn't be in a situation with someone that you don't want to be with. If you're with someone and it's for nothing and you're upset, you hate, like what's the point? What's the point of life if you're not going to be happy with a partner who treats you well, that you absolutely are obsessed with? Like I couldn't imagine. And I dealt with it a lot where I would be laying next to this person and I would be like, I don't want to be here. That's not fair to anybody. That's not fair to them. That's not fair to me. And I'm no longer doing that. So, but again, I don't know if it was something conscious or if it was something that my boyfriend just came at a perfect time and he is everything I've ever wanted. So that's what I'm no longer settling for. I hope you enjoyed this. I feel like maybe we'll do one more. Maybe we'll do one of each level or something for each video or something like that. I think that would be fun because we're only at 9 minutes. So that's the first card. That is the level 1 past. Let's go to present, and again I'm going to the middle. Level 2 present. What is your favorite thing about being your age? So I am 27. What is my favorite thing about being this age? I think it's, I don't know if it's age related or if it's, like this part in my relationship or this part in my life or something, but I think my favorite thing about being 27 is also kind of the worst thing about being a woman at 27 is that my clock is kind of ticking, which is interesting because I don't want to have my own child. I've literally since I was a baby, I wanted, not a baby obviously, a child, I've wanted to adopt. A lot of people in my family are adopted, probably 5 or more people in my just small circle of family are adopted, and I grew up with adoption being very prevalent and very no big deal. Like these people are my family. Like there's no question. Like of course they're my family. Of course they're who, that they are whatever you would call them in your family. They are that person. They are not, oh, but he's actually, no, no, he's not actually nothing. He's my, whatever. I'm not going to talk about who they are in my family, but they're my family. So, ever since I was a child, I've always wanted to adopt. And I never thought anything ever about having my own child. My mother has had a hell of a time being pregnant. Lots of issues, and it's kind of made me a little traumatized to be pregnant a little bit. Just like the small amount that she's told me about, I'm like, I don't want to go through that. But also, there are so many people that need homes that are already alive. Why would I bring someone like that? Is the most, to me, that is the most selfish thing for me to do, would be to create my own child when there are so many people in the foster care system that need homes. They need a home and I can give them one. You know, like why would I want to make my own? That seems so selfish to me. But again, I would never say that about someone else. I would never be like, you had your own child. You are the most selfish person I have ever met in my life. You're so selfish. Like, I would never say that about someone else. But for my journey, I don't want my own child. At this very moment, at 27, I do not want my own child. I want to adopt, but then they would be my own child. They would be my child, of course. So my favorite thing about being my age is that I'm starting to think about that. Possibly settling down, having a family, adopting a child, and entering that part of my life, which is very exciting. For a long time, I wasn't sure if I was ever going to get to this point because I feel like I'm a little bit of a late bloomer. So I'm like 27 and I'm just now thinking about possibly settling down. But my parents were like 30 when they had me. So it's not too late, of course. And when you're adopting, it's never too late. You can always give a child a home. So it's fine. But yeah, we're talking about it. Nick and I, we are talking about it, and it's not a decision to make lightly. You are expanding your family. That is a huge deal. You are now in charge of another living person. That's terrifying. And when they're 18, they don't just disappear. They don't evaporate. They are still your child. And you are still responsible for them in some way, and they're still in your life, of course. So it's a lifelong commitment having a child. So, but I'm excited. I'm very excited for that part of my life. My dream is to have a farm. Yeehaw. Work from home, either like maybe part-time customer service or something. Like I've literally been in retail for 10 plus years. I'm used to that. Or some kind of something. Working from home part-time or full-time. I'd like part-time though. And then adopting a child and doing homeschooling with them, with the farm and the everything. I think that would be really, really fun. Of course, if the child said that they would want to go to public school, we would visit that. But life is scary, and I am, not that I'm a control freak, but like if there's a possibility to control a situation, I would like to do that. So if I can make sure that my child is safe for a little bit, that would be great. So I would like to homeschool them. I would like to have a lot of fun with them, introduce them to people. Like there are so many homeschool groups around, even on like Facebook, or if you're into church, there's a lot of homeschool stuff with churches. I'm not really into that, so I wouldn't go that route, but I would probably go more so the like Facebook groups, like Central Florida adopters. My cat is screaming. I'm sorry if you can hear that. She is screaming because she doesn't like to be left alone. She loves people. But I am excited about this new part in my life. If you adopted, let me know what that was like. We have only looked it up recently. We've had a lot of conversations about it, of like, because this would really be my decision of adopting. Like, he says he would absolutely love them as his own. It's not like he would feel like he's missing out on anything, but it was really me bringing it up. Um, I don't know if he's ever thought about adoption, but this has always been my path for me. So it's nice to have someone who is on board and who thinks that absolutely we will, if the time comes and it's right and everything works out, absolutely we will adopt and we will give a child a home, at least one child. I mean, we even talked about adopting a younger child around 2 or 3 or 4, somewhere in that area, and then when they get to like 7, 8, 9, sitting them down and being like, we want to adopt another child and we want you to be part of this journey, and really show them how it works and stuff like that. Maybe a little older than 9, maybe a little bit older than that, but make them feel like they're part of the journey, that this is a family, you know. Of course, it would be a family, and it would be cool to have that, where they are part of adopting a new child, and you kind of get to pick your sibling a little bit. I think that would be really cool. I don't know. Of course, it depends on life at that point, but we definitely want to start off with one. There's a lot of sibling groups in foster care. We're not at that point. Like, we would want to start with one. That's not to say that later in life we wouldn't adopt a sibling group, but as of right now, we're not at the point of adoption yet, but we want to start with one and see where the future takes us. So that would be cool. Adoption comes with a lot of, not perks, I wouldn't say that, but it seems like the world is catering to adoption pretty well, with like, I heard that they do like free college and Medicare and stuff like that. So it seems like there are resources there to help you really make this child thrive, and I love that. I feel like it makes you feel less alone. You feel like you kind of have people helping you a little bit, especially as a first time parent. I feel like that would be really hard, and it seems like they are willing to help in that situation, which is great. So that's my favorite thing about being this age, is thinking about settling down and starting a family, and transitioning more into an actual adult. I feel like I am late. I was at home until I was 25-ish, something like that. 25. God, that's so old. So, and you know that everybody's journey is different, and it doesn't mean my journey is wrong. It means that was my journey. So, I'm very, very grateful that I had parents that let me stay that long, and that even now they support me with their love still. You know, they didn't forget about me. They didn't think, well, you're 18, get out of my house, you know. And I would never do that to a child. So anyway, that's my favorite thing, and also margaritas. So all right, future. Let's see what question they have for future. What might be possible for you after all? Happiness. Um, Up to this point, I have been very depressed. Honestly, I've been depressed and anxious. I'm a very anxious person, and I even when I'm not upset, I'm not happy. And a lot of parts of my life I am very grateful for, and I am very lucky, but I'm not happy. And I'm working on that. I'm working with a therapist and a psychiatrist, and we're getting there. And I am looking forward to that. I have hope. And I'm very lucky that I have hope and that I feel like it could be possible in the future for me to feel okay and feel happy. And there was a long time in my life that I felt like I'm never going to be happy. What's the point of anything? And I'm still trying with that one. We're still working on that one, but I feel like it's possible, and I feel like we're heading in the right direction to go towards true happiness and a happy life that I am proud to have. And I'm not there yet. It's been a long life, but I still feel like it's possible. I still have hope, and I'm grateful that I still have hope, and that I still feel like it one day I could have a good life. So we're working on it, and my boyfriend has obviously been a lot of help. A lot of times he is the literal only good thing in my life, but things could be worse. I have a roof over my head. I have a car. A lot of people don't have that. I have a job. Um, I have insurance. I have food. Uh, I have a lot of things that people might not have. So I'm just working on the happy part and the grateful part. And we're working on it. We're working on it. So what might be possible would be a life that I am happy to have. I am looking for new jobs because my job, no, it's getting to the point again of hating being there, and I don't want to be anywhere that I hate to be at, and sucks the life out of me, and I deserve better than that. So that's growth. That's growth because before I would be like, I don't deserve anything. Why would I deserve a better job? I don't deserve it. Like, that's selfish to ask for something like that. But I deserve it. I deserve a job that I love. I deserve a relationship that I love. I deserve a life full of happiness. So, growth. Yeah. So, we're working on it. If you know of any good remote jobs that are good for people with retail experience, preferably not answering phone calls, but I've done that. But again, it I was very anxious, and that was the only job that I have ever quit leaving the same day. I have never done that. That's the only thing. I've never done that. That was the only job that I have ever said, I need to be out of here right now. I can't anymore. And so, if you know of any jobs, help a girl out, because I would love a good remote job. I do have a creative writing degree, so if you have a good job that includes writing, that would be cool. I applied to some writing jobs. I applied to some remote jobs, and I've also applied to jobs that are around here that I would have to go to, but still sound more fun than what I'm doing now. So, anyway, I'm closing up the box of self-love. Let me know if you enjoy this video. Let me know if you like it. And hopefully I will do more of these if you guys like it. I'm looking forward to connecting more with you. I think that is a good thing to do. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.